It's the kickoff of the Mixmash 20-year anniversary series. It's D.O.D right here. But who has been with Mixmash from early days on. He was exclusively signed. So we were just talking about when I met you first. I vividly remember meeting you at Creamfields.
I definitely remember Creamfields because I think I was emailing your demos at the time, and I think you said, oh, I'm going to be at Creamfields, and I somehow got myself backstage. I'm pretty sure that was the first time we met.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember him sending demos, and a lot of time I wouldn't even listen to them because, whatever. And I remember meeting him at Creamfields, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's that guy again. And I think he even had a USB demo with him. Of course, at a certain point, I started listening to his music, and actually, they were amazing, energetic productions. Can you tell me more about your mindset back in that day?
I just don't really think I knew what I was doing, to be honest. I was just kind of like throwing beats together, but luckily I'd kind of landed on something with more cowbell, and it felt pretty original. It didn't really feel like anything. It was hard as nails, don't get me wrong, but like it definitely felt quite different.
You know, it's funny, in the Mixmash 20-year anniversary parties, I still play it, and it goes hard. Like, the energy is like, oh, it's like a punch in the gut almost. Do you remember the first time I played it?
Yes, I do. It was at, I forget the year, but it was at Ultra, and it was on the main stage, because I was getting loads of phone calls and texts and people saying that you were playing it live on the main stage, because I think there was like a YouTube stream or something. And yeah, that was like the premiere of More Cowbell. Yeah, and it went off.
Such great memories. I remember playing it at Tomorrowland, Super You and Me as well. And mind you, this is the year 2013, so if you're looking this up right now, it's a very different sound than what he does right now, but we'll come back to that. And then after that, we did a collaboration, you and I, Flashing Lights, featuring MCVI. This one we made on my bus tour, right?
Yeah.
Throughout America.
I was still a relatively unknown artist at the time, and I had just gotten my US visa. You very kindly invited me on the bus tour all across North America, and it was a great experience for me, and I learned quite a lot when I was there, playing to a US crowd, and off the back of that then I was able to tour in the US as well for quite a while. On that bus, that is when we made Flashing Lights, and I always remember you used to sit on the left hand side of the bus. You had that was like your spot, and I couldn't sit there.
You couldn't sit there, that's funny. This spot is for the famous DJs. You're just a supporter.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying this, if you enjoy hearing his journey and to see where he's at now, make sure to leave me a like and hit that subscribe button right now. There's going to be more Mixmash 20-year anniversary series, so hit that notification bell as well to not miss out. He was this hungry and eager kid to make it, to keep on going and to hit success after success after success. But actually, the successes weren't that big. And this is gonna sound horrible. Bear with me, this is gonna sound horrible. It must have been D.O.D and Friends at ADE. When was that? 8 years into your career. It was like a relatively empty room, and all I could think was, wow, is this all the friends that D.O.D has? I just imagined you coming off of that show thinking, well, this is it. This is not worth it. What kept you going all this time?
I think really that just failure just wasn't an option. And this is something that I want to talk about. You get these little nuggets of success, and I think it's the little nuggets of success for a long period of time that have just kind of always kept me going, made me think that eventually one day something might actually properly happen, So I think that was enough for me. I was still DJing quite a lot. Granted, I was always that support DJ, always the support DJ, and I was always thankful to be able to play in front of big crowds, but yeah, I always wanted more of that.
If you're watching right now, if you're 4 years in, 5 years in, 8 years in, 9 years in, and I preach this as well, giving up is just not an option. I always say, if you give up, you just scrap the dream, but if you don't, there's always this glimmer of hope, even if it may not happen, right?
Yeah, of course.
And so Dan drifted a little bit further away from me and always kept an eye out and always supported his releases as well, because, he's a quality producer, so, the music is excellent. Then all of a sudden, to me, it looked like 1.5 years ago, something clicked, something changed, and now you're here being this interstellar DJ and producer. What happened?
COVID happened. COVID was such a kind of blessing in disguise, really, for me. I've always loved house music, always loved it, and I kind of fell into this lane of playing and producing music because I was touring quite a lot in Asia as well, so I was playing and producing music that would fit more for those territories. But deep down, it wasn't something that I loved doing. And when the pandemic hit, there was no clubs open and there wasn't the opportunity to be able to go and play the music that I was producing. So I decided to make some house music because I had the time to be able to do it as well. I never had the time because I was like I said, I was still touring quite a lot, but I was always jet lagged when I was coming back because I was like touring in Asia. So I'd come back for like 2 days just to see my son, just to spend like 2 days, and then I would like travel back for the weekend. So like I didn't have that the traveling element anymore. Was able just to get my head down in the studio. And a fun fact that Still Sleepless started off as an instrumental, which was just Sleepless. And that was the first track that I made when I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna make some more UK radio friendly kind of house music.
Man, this is amazing. So basically you started making what was in your heart.
Yes, exactly.
You had no doubt of that you were gonna like lose fans and lose streams and lose shows. Well, there were no shows because of COVID.
Yeah.
But it was purely you following your heart.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was. I think maybe deep down it was always there. I just needed something like COVID. I know it sounds ridiculous, but something where like you have to stay inside and you have to produce music, you know, like you've got no other option. You're not allowed to go out and you're not allowed to DJ.
Fascinating. So this is awesome news actually, where it's like the music speaks first and then all the rest comes after it. So that's very nice. You've just ran the marathon, right?
Yes, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I did some calculations because what was your time again?
4 hours, 7 minutes.
4 hours and 7 minutes, which accumulates to 10 kilometers per hour for the Europeans here. Also a 6-minute mile.
Is that true? No, it can't be that
wild,
quick.
Dude.
6-minute mile.
4 hours long. Well, you can, if you can calculate as well, make sure to leave it down in comments below.
Seems quite fast because I was aiming for under 4 hours, which I didn't get, so I'm gonna have to do another marathon. Yeah. But I had to be running at a pace of 5 minutes 25 per kilometer to get an under. I think that would work out like a 3 hour 45 marathon. Then running is the only thing that really gives me satisfaction from like working out, and I even do ice baths as well. But I just don't get the satisfaction that I do from running. Because what I do, I get up super early in the morning. I've got 2 kids, so I try and do my workouts before, so I'm not like impeding on anybody else's day. I get up about 10 to 6, go for a run in the morning. I'm kind of done before anybody wakes up. I don't listen to music when I run. Some people think I'm crazy for doing that. I don't like putting things in my ears. Like when I'm running, I like to be kind of like quite spatially aware of what's going on. And plus, like, I'm producing music every single day, so I want a little bit of time where I'm not like listening to music as well. Try and figure out problems in my head, I guess, when I'm running. Try not to focus too much on like the day ahead. If I've got anything that I need to kind of work out, I'll do it while I'm running.
Incredible, incredible. Yeah, so it's the same with me as well. Whenever I do Kung Fu, whenever I work out, but even in the car, I don't listen to anything, really, because you're busy with music all day, every day, and then it's indeed, you give your ears some rest.
Yeah, that's it. Sometimes I actually, like if I'm traveling, I'll just have my AirPods in and I won't listen to anything. I'll just have like the noise cancellation on, and a lot of the time I'm just never listening to music. So if you spot me in an airport, you think, oh, there's D.O.D, you know, he must be listening to music. I'm not. It's complete silence.
That's amazing. I literally wanted to bring the marathon up because I kind of see your career as that. Where a lot of the
that's a good shout. Yeah.
Where a lot of the young kids think, oh, you know, in my 2nd, 3rd, 4th year, I need to make it or else I'm out. Whereas in your career, it's like a marathon, right?
Yeah, and there was a few times where I wanted to give up in the marathon that I ran. But yeah, again, failure is just not an option. So
failure is not an option. That's the quote for this video. So Dan, obviously congratulations with all your success.
Thank you.
This is something I've always wanted for you, and you did it, and it's incredible. So you're at a level right now. It doesn't even fit in the camera. You're here. How will you maintain that type of level of success, and what is next for you?
I always think that my best stuff comes from me just being completely like creatively free in the studio. Whenever I've had these, like, again, it's these nuggets of success throughout my career, it's when I felt really free creatively and I'm just making the music that I really want to make. Listen to my gut and make the music which excites me, do things that other people aren't doing in the studio. Still stay on my lane, but just you know, push things forward. So basically just keeping things fresh.
Wow, this is massively inspiring for me as well. So thank you very much, Dan, for all of this, sharing your journey with us.
No, absolutely. And you've been a big part of the journey. Like, you were there right from the start, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, cheers.